The summer breeze gently ruffled the leaves of the apple orchard, carrying the sweet scent of ripening fruit to my nostrils. It was a warm, lazy afternoon, and I found myself wandering through the rows of apple trees, their branches heavy with the promise of a bountiful harvest. Little did I know that this idyllic setting would become the backdrop for a moment that would change my life forever. As I strolled among the trees, the sun dappling the ground with patches of light and shadow, I saw her. She was standing at the edge of the orchard, her long, chestnut hair cascading over her shoulders like a waterfall. Her presence was magnetic, drawing me toward her without hesitation. Our eyes met, and in that moment, the world seemed to fade away. It was as if time itself had slowed down, allowing us to savor the connection that sparked between us. I couldn't explain it, but something about her felt familiar, as if we had known each other in another lifetime. With a faint smile, she plucked an apple from the tree and extended it toward me. "Would you like one?" she asked, her voice a soft, melodious tune that danced in the warm air. I accepted the apple, her fingers brushing briefly as she handed it to me. It felt like an electric shock, a jolt of energy that sent a shiver down my spine. I took a bite of the apple, and its crisp sweetness exploded on my taste buds, an intoxicating blend of flavors that left me craving more. We sat down beneath a tree, the apple forgotten, and talked for hours. Her name was Isabella, and she had recently moved to the small town near the orchard. She was an artist, her eyes filled with a passion for life that was contagious. I told her about my job as a teacher and my love for literature, and we discovered a shared fondness for poetry. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm, golden glow over the orchard, we shared stories of our pasts, our dreams for the future, and our deepest desires. It was a conversation that felt like a revelation, as if we were uncovering secrets hidden in the depths of our souls. Days turned into weeks, and Isabella and I became inseparable. We explored the orchard together, our laughter ringing through the trees, and we picnicked beneath the same tree where we had first met. Our love blossomed like the apples on the branches, ripe and irresistible. But there was a catch. I was already in a long-term relationship, one that had provided stability and comfort for years. My partner, Emily, was kind and caring, and we had shared countless moments of joy and sorrow. I couldn't deny that our connection was strong, but my heart had been awakened by Isabella in a way I had never experienced before. I found myself torn between two loves, pulled in opposite directions by the force of desire and the bonds of commitment. It was a heart-wrenching dilemma, and I knew that I had to make a choice. One evening, I sat down with Emily, my heart heavy with guilt and uncertainty. I told her about Isabella, about the whirlwind romance that had ignited between us. Tears welled in Emily's eyes, and she looked at me with a mixture of sadness and understanding. "I can't compete with what you feel for her," Emily said softly. "But remember, love is a choice, not just a feeling. You have to decide who you want to be with." Her words echoed in my mind as I walked through the apple orchard one last time, the scent of the fruit heavy in the air. I knew that I couldn't keep both relationships alive, that I had to make a choice that would change the course of my life. Under the same tree where Isabella and I had first met, I found her waiting for me, her eyes filled with hope and uncertainty. It was the moment of truth, the point of no return. With a heavy heart, I took Isabella's hand and told her about my decision, about the love I had for both her and Emily. It was a painful confession, but it was the only way forward. Isabella's eyes glistened with tears, but she nodded, her voice a whisper in the quiet orchard. "I understand. Love is never easy, but it's worth fighting for." As we parted ways, I couldn't help but wonder if I had made the right choice. My heart was heavy with the weight of my decision, and the orchard that had once felt like a paradise now seemed filled with bittersweet memories. Only time would tell if my choice was the right one, if the fruit of another's love could ever replace what I had left behind.